Hello, hello. I'm going to make something and I think it's going to work because I've already kind of tried one out just to make sure. We're going to make a little photo book to go into my bird journals, and I've got 2 pages. It's not going to be a massive photo book, but I've got 2 pages from an old photo album, and the page, it slides in here, the photo, and I've got a piece of 200 GSM white ivory kind of, well, they call it card, but it's like a really, no, it's not 200, that's a lie, it's 160 GSM. It says card, but it's really a heavyweight paper. So I want to keep this bit, but I want to remove that piece. So I'm just going to put this in my trimmer and hope it works. Yep. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. So like I said, these have worked. They probably, something will go wrong this time, won't they? So I need my bone fold. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to make sure there's a little gap here. So when it's folded, we can still add something to that pocket. So I'm just going to start it off kind of by eye and make sure there's a gap there, which there is. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Okay, so I have 2, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them like this. So there's a small page for notes, then the photo page, then the small page for notes, then the photo page. So that is going to be pretty much the inside. What I am going to do is just round the corners of that because it will match what I want to do elsewhere. This is the small corner punch. I'm using this because the big one's a bit temperamental at the minute. I think somebody told me once that I could use tin foil to sharpen it, so I'm going to have to give that a go. So we've got our 2 pages to go into our little book. Now, because my new kit is a bird themed kit, I was sent the most amazing kit, which was also a bird themed kit from Lindsey. I'll link her YouTube and her Etsy store in the description box. But the kit she sent me was amazing. There are some absolutely fantastic images. These are some of the pages. I've printed them 2 per page because I want them to go into this little photo book. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of use this kit as to go into the journals that I'm making at the moment because they just go so well. So I mean, look at these, look at how pretty that is with the music paper, the music in the background. So we're going to use these and a couple of other elements from Lindsey's kit, which I will show you shortly. What we're going to do is make the cover for the little photo book using this ivory cardstock. Now, the disastrous video I made a couple of days ago when I was having a really bad day, I have remade those little logbooks. I won't show you now because they're not to hand, but I did remake those. So I'm kind of making this cover to match the logbook covers, so the books will kind of work together. Now, that's not the right cutter. This needs to be 25 centimetres by 16 and a bit. So I'm going to cut this to 25 first. And then I'm just going to go 16, and I think I did maybe 2 millimetres, 16.2. So that's going to be our cover. I'm going to use again the small corner punch just to give that a little bit of a Pretty edge, and I'm just going to fold that. I can't see that way around. I'm used to having my head right over my desk when I'm working. Okay, now before I go any further, make sure this is not a disaster. I'm just going to pop that in and make sure that fits perfect. Brilliant. So I'm going to ink, obviously. I spend half my video inking and I spend half my life inking. These journals have given me such a shoulder ache from the amount of inking I've done. But it kind of looks good, doesn't it? So, and if someone has got a secret tip, I had two of these. I have two of these vintage photos. One of them is really old. Now I've just re-inked both of them, but the older one, it just still doesn't ink, even though it's got fresh ink on it, and it feels really hard. So if anyone's got a secret tip on how to refresh an old ink pad, please let me know. Like, you know, putting it in the freezer or through the washing machine or something bizarre. Like using tinfoil to sharpen your punches and using the doorstep to sharpen your scissors. But they're very useful tips. So if anyone's got a secret tip for refreshing your ink pad, I would really appreciate that. Because one I use generally for this, and then the other one I'll use for rubbing on directly. Okay, so we have our cover. That looks quite nice. Now I did tear some paper ready, and then I accidentally inked it before, so you haven't got to watch me ink that. But for the cover, I have a piece of music paper that I'm going to put here. I've printed the words photo book, and I've cut out a separate piece of card, so we're going to put that there. Now, Lindsey's kit has a whole set of journaling cards, but I absolutely fell in love with this image. It's beautiful. So I want this on the cover of these little photo books. So I've printed this one image 10 times, because this is the one that I want on the cover of this little photo book, because I just think it's gorgeous. They're all beautiful. They're all obviously bird themed and lovely, but this is the one that I want to use. So I'm gonna round my corners, and of course I'm going to ink it. So we're going to start layering this up. Actually, I'm going to ink this. Now what I want to do is I want the background to be a little bit darker, so it kind of stands out from the ivory background. So I'm using ground espresso to ink the back. I really do want to get one of those little punches that make the book plates. I think you can get a handheld one. If anybody knows the brand, you can let me know. That'd be cool. And also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched the tutorials for Photoshop and said that you found it really useful. That's really encouraging, so I will make some more. The only thing I will say is, you know, it takes quite a long time to film these, to plan them, to film them, to get them uploaded. And, you know, I don't have time to do absolutely everything, and I am really sorry if you've asked me a question and I can't give you an answer. For example, I am a Mac user. I just didn't have the chance or the time or think about it really, because you know, I just assumed maybe the command key would be the same on a Windows, so I apologise for that. And if I have time, I will try to do these things, but I can't guarantee, you know, I will have time to do everything. So You know, you might sometimes have to do a little bit of research if your key is not the same as my key, for example. What I will do is continue to add the keyboard shortcuts in the description box that I use on that particular day. So you could, you know, start a little list of the keyboard shortcuts that we use along the way. So I'm just going to glue this. And that's going to go about here. Try and we'll just stick this together. I'm not going to sew all of these because there are too many. Two, I actually quite like the look of this kind of cream book without the sewing. So we're going to sew the pages in, but we're not going to sew the actual cover or any of the little elements for this one. And obviously not everyone has a sewing machine, so sometimes it's just nice to be able to do something. I still can't get my sewing machine. Well, I am going to start risking it, I think, putting my sewing machine on my desk, because it's not sorted yet, and I think I might maybe sort it myself somehow. I was thinking a couple of bits of wood underneath just to support it. Maybe a bit of No More Nails. Or Fabri-Tac, probably work, wouldn't it? Oh, I think they look so pretty. It's just such a gorgeous image. Lindsey has some awesome kits. Her sunflower kit that she has is very pretty indeed. So that's our little cover. That's the outside of the cover. Now what I wanted to do was on the inside I was going to put pockets. But what I thought would be even better is if I choose one of these, like this. Well, I like all of them and they will all be used. I'm going to fold that in half inside. I'm going to round these corners. I'm going to turn this into our pockets. So no, I don't want to ink the back, that would be pointless. I want to see it. I'm going to ink around the edge of this. I mean, those photo albums, they all have different pages in, but there are, you know, just so many of them out there. And this is an awesome way to use up the pages if you don't actually want to use it as a photo album. And I kind of got the idea for this from Gail. Hi Gail, thanks again. And her video she made where she did the little flip album with the recipes in. It was kind of what started this. I just thought, I've got photo pages, I'm going to use them for something, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to pop that in here. So what I want to do is put a reasonable bead of glue, if it comes out, along here. I want it to be a little bit deeper than just, it's a bit gloopy. Might need to get my new Abbey glue out. I want this to stick really well. Obviously it's going to have to bend with the book. So I'm going to put that about the middle, just make sure that's in the crease. Give that a good push down. Now I'm not going to fold that for a minute or two, just to make sure that sticks, and then we're going to have a couple of little side pockets there. So we have these. I'm not sure whether to ink. I can't ink this bit, but I could ink, yeah, while that's drying I'm just going to ink around I mean, I haven't done this pocket on the test one just to make sure this works, so I hope it's going to fold nicely. But this could obviously be used for, you know, birds. If you are a bit of a bird watcher, you could pop your bird pictures in here, and you could use them for anything. Obviously there's only room for 4 pictures. You don't even have to put photographs in here. It could be used for journaling cards or extra paper for journaling, or anything that you want to be seen easily. So we've got that right. It's not the right one. There we go. A little pokey tool. Right, I'm just going to give that a little burnish. Oh, I think that looks quite cool. I like that a lot. So we've got our 2 pages. Just going to line these up. There are only 2 pages, so I'm not going to be too worried about making sure this doesn't move, and I'm just going to do this by eye. So I'm going to pop a hole in the middle. I'm going to pop a hole at that line there, and I'm going to do the same on the bottom hole at bottom line. Oh, that one's a bit tougher. Right. I think I'm going to have the thread on the outside, because this is going to go in one of the pockets at the front of the journal. And what I would quite like is maybe have some beads that will hang over the edge of the pocket, maybe even out the bottom of the journal. Probably not, because I don't think this is going to be long enough, but nope, I just said I wanted it on the outside, didn't I? So I'm going to do a really simple pamphlet stitch for this and get it through there. So they're in place, and I'm now going to go through. Some of the pattern paper is always a bit difficult, isn't it, because you can't quite see your hole. I probably haven't left a huge amount here to hang a bead off, but you'll be able to get a little bead here. And this is one of those things that you can do in like 30 seconds flat until you turn the camera on. I've got my glasses on, I'm still struggling to see the hole. I might not have left enough cotton here. You don't have to use, this is linen thread, but you can use embroidery floss, you can use baker's twine, you can use a thick upholstery cotton, or anything like that would work. A little bit tighter. There we go. So I'm going to go back through the middle, and I'm going to come up the other side. Okay, haven't done a particularly good job of that. That can still have a bead hanging off it, rather than try and rearrange the thread now. Quite like one being longer than the other anyway. Probably won't leave them quite this different, but nicely folded with the... So this is the kind of little photo book. So you've got a little piece here that you can write some notes about the photo. You've got plenty of room to pop your photo in there. Now what I do have, I think somewhere, is a little pile of... This is a little pile of the tags that come with Lindsey's kit. So you might pop a little tag in one of those pockets. Maybe I'll just pop one of these in here for now so you can see that it's a little photo pocket, and then we need something for these pockets here. So this is as far as I kind of got with the plan, and now we're ad-libbing a little bit. What have we got? I'm just looking in my scrap box. That might be a little bit thick. Okay, that's a bit thick too. This is thick anyway. This is in my scrap box because it's bent, so we could make a little, just a couple of little journaling cards maybe to go in there. Don't think this will be too bad. It's probably a little bit thicker than it should be, but let's have a look. I probably want this about 12 by about, do we want this hanging out a little bit? 12 by 10, let's say. I don't think it will hang out too much, but well, I don't think it will hang out at all. So that's our 12. That one for the back pocket. Okay. Just round these edges. Now I'm not, because I have 10 of these to make, and there are quite a lot of kind of tags and things ready to go in the journal, I'm not sure. What I should have done is printed more of the lovely Lindsey's images to go on the inside. That would have been good, wouldn't it? Maybe I could cut a piece of the actual paper. But this is all cut, ready for the rest of the books. It's really nice when, you know, you can blend kits together, don't you think? It's really nice that, you know, you don't have to just use one kit in a journal. You can mix from different shops and different suppliers. I'm just going to see if these fit for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be decorating them right now. It does fit, but this is actually, this card is too thick. What I need to do is make the journaling card the same thickness as the book. So I am probably going to carry on with these off camera. This was just a really quick little video on how you could make a very simple little photo book using photo pages. And I like the fact that there's a little flap in between each one. So, and thank you so much, Lindsey, for these images. They are beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to link Lindsey's YouTube and her Etsy store down below. Lindsey is Nevermore Creations, and she also has a fantastic Facebook group. So take a look. Thank you for watching. I'm glad there were no major disasters. I know this was quite a simple little project, but thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Bye.